Man. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flat Thunder channel. My name's Andy, and this is the dump body for our dump truck build. If you didn't see the video, I'll drop a link down in the description below. We picked this up a couple months ago and brought it home. We're going to use this for our dump truck, but ever since then, it's just been sitting here. The body was full of dirt, and now it's collecting rainwater. It's kind of messy and ucky. The front needs some tweaking. The cab protector needs some tweaking, and we just need to do a little bit of work to it before we can even attempt putting it on the truck. Stick with us, I'll show you what we're going to get into. And the body was full of dirt, and now it's collecting rainwater, and it's just super ucky in there. We need to get all this crap out of there. Hopefully we can kick the tailgate out and drain all this garb out. Good news is, since it rained a whole bunch lately, it's all nice and wet and soupy and scooped out of there pretty easily. But now we can address the real problem at hand, and that is this bulkhead here. If you can see in the picture, I'll take you off there in a minute. The bulkhead was damaged, and it is pushed way forward in the middle. And what we need to do is try to get a hold of this and pull this thing back so it's more where it's supposed to be. We got some reinforcement gussets in here. Original thought is we're gonna have to cut those off and replace those. But what the heck, I'm gonna give it a try without cutting those off, and worst case scenario, well, we got to cut them off. Let's get a hold of this thing and see what happens. Fuzz busters. Well, this side's pretty straightforward. Side, on the other hand, some dirt in there. That's not supposed to happen. we're going to put a little bit of tension on this with our Warren 110 winch. This is the first application I've ever used this on. Pretty excited to give it a try. Obviously this isn't going to pull it completely back with just the winch, but we're going to load it up, then we're going to put a little bit of heat up there with the propane torch, bump it a little more, and see what's going to happen. Maybe we'll get another or second come along here on the other D-ring that we welded up there. We'll see what happens. It's like it's starting to pull our D-ring off. I really don't want to get hit in the face with that thing. We probably need to put a weld on the top edge there, as much as I don't really want to, just because it'd be harder to grind off. Let's do that. I think we got the bottom part pretty close to where it needs to go. The question is, how much is it going to push back out? So actually, looks like she's cupping in a little bit here. So we're going to release it and see how much she goes back. I can't complain about that. That's not too hateful at all. Now let's get this upper edge and try to pull that upper edge back in. real hero of today's video was my East Wing CCD 45 dead blow hammer. This thing just whacked the majority of the dents out in this headboard, along with the help of a ball peen and some of the sharp corners. The Warren winch, coupled with my manual come along and some heat from the propane torch, just really, it surprised me. I had no idea that was going to actually come back as good as it did. I thought for sure before we started we're going to end up cutting those supports out, straightening the sheet steel, and then welding brand new ones back in. But luckily we were able to salvage it with just a little bit of work. Super happy with that. Couldn't be more excited. Now we're one step closer to getting this thing on the International and having us functional dump truck. I think that's the majority of the work that we need to complete. We might have some scuffing, some paint, and some miscellaneous tweaks, but as soon as the chassis is ready, the body is more or less ready. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave your questions and comments in that section below. Hit that subscribe button your way out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Got the big kink and wrinkle out of this spot and up here that we created when we were straightening this upper cap protector and we offloaded it. Lots of pound marks here. We're trying to pound this back in. We're heating it and just using the dead blow hammer, and then in some of the spots where there's some really heavy kinks, just the standard ball peen hammer to try to whack these kinks and dented in areas back in place. And I'm extremely happy with the outcome here. It's not perfect, but it's 1,000 times better. This is no longer cupped in. This flange could use a little straightening and get it on now with a channel locks or a crescent wrench, maybe a light torch, but just 1,000 times better. And the cab protector wing, not perfect, but way better. Worked on this kink. This corner looks like it's up, but I think it's just an illusion from this being curved in. We'll get a hold of that with some channel locks or vice grips and fold that back out. Same there. We were able to pound this big hump that we created in here out and tried to get these. This is a really hard kink right here. Really tried to work that back out. That might crack. And if it does, we'll have to weld it, but no big deal there. 1,000 times better than what it was.